Okay, when it comes to short game, I break it up into 3 zones. Zone A, B, and C. Zone A is from the edge of the green up to 10 feet. In this area, I have to figure out which club in my bag will land it a foot on the green. It's always a foot on the green. And then roll to my desired distance. I have 2 clubs here. One's a sand wedge, one's a 7-iron. As you can see, they have different amounts of loft. The greater the loft, the higher the ball will go, land here, and roll a certain distance. The lower the loft, the ball will go much lower, land here, and roll further. The technique is really quite simple. First of all, my stance is very narrow. The ball is played right off my back foot. By getting very close to the ball, it allows the club to come up off the ground a little bit so the heel is off the ground. So the only resistance I have is the toe of the club hitting the grass. It's very much like a putting stroke. Played off my back foot, as I mentioned. I'm hitting it hard enough to land a foot onto the green and let it roll down towards the hole. When I'm in this area, I'm not trying to chip it close, I'm trying to chip it in. Okay. Zone B is from 11 feet up to 50 yards. In this area, I would use my wedges, so pitching, gap, sand, lob, these kind of things. The ball is still played off your back foot. Your weight is on your front foot. Your hands are slightly forward. You cock the wrist and pull. The one thing you want to make sure happens is that the club head never gets ahead of the hands. It's always the handle or the hands ahead of the club head. Where a lot of golfers mess the shot up is they do something like this, or they'll flip their hands. A great way to work on this drill is to get a clothes hanger, clip it in half so you have a piece of metal about this long, stick it in the hole so it sticks out about a foot, and if you do this thing properly, the piece of the metal shouldn't hit you. You always want to keep your hands ahead of the club head. So I'm still trying to hit it just onto the green and just let it roll down towards the hole. Okay, Zone C is the hardest shot in golf. This shot you'd use from 100 yards and in. What makes it so difficult is there's no room for error. First of all, the ball is positioned in the middle of your stance. Second thing that happens is your shoulders and hips turn together. While that's happening, you have to cock the wrist up, down, and up. If you think about this label here as the ball and my finger is the club head, the arc is very steep. It goes up, down, and up. The bottom of the arc is under the ball. If I move a little bit laterally when I go back, I'll hit the ground first. If I move laterally when I come through, I'll hit into the ball. So that's what makes this shot so difficult. If I just demonstrate the shot for you, it should go quite high if I do this properly.